Hi, I'm Scott Smith, Chair of the Longshore 50th Anniversary Committee, here with Donny O'Day, who's the former operations manager at Longshore Sailing School.
That's correct.
Tell me, how did you first come to Longshore?
Well, my family moved here in the mid-90s, and I was actually first a student here. I started taking classes in 1995. I took the classes up until when I was 16, and then when I was, I guess it was 2001 was my first year. And then I've been here since then. My last year was 2009, so last summer.
And as a operations manager, what were your duties here at the sailing school?
Well, I shared responsibility with the business manager, and the two of us kind of ran everything. I was more responsible for everything on the water, making sure that the boats were ready to go, making sure that all the classes had instructors on them. Everything from during the weekends, making sure that the renters were happy, and to in the spring hiring the staff. So it was pretty much all encompassing.
It's a big business, so a lot of people involved, a lot of moving parts, quite literally.
Absolutely.
Sailboats and
yeah, we have over 100 boats on campus now. I mean, when I was hiring, we interviewed over 50 people. We ended up settling in about 40, 45. So it's definitely a lot of moving parts.
What do you look for in hiring an instructor? Is it a past relationship with the school, or is it a special spark? What seals the deal?
Well, a lot of it is what you said to begin with. We do know a lot of them just because they've taken classes here before. A lot of it's their first interview ever. They're 16 years old and they're scared and they're shaking, and some of them come in shirts and ties and some of them come in t-shirts and jeans. So you don't really know what you're going to get. But yeah, you just want them to be confident, and usually you can kind of tell in the beginning if they're going to be right. And then the first year is really just a trial run. You can see how they're going to do for the rest of their time after the first 2 or 3 weeks. So it's interesting. It's exciting watching the little kids kind of grow up too here. So.
What can you tell us of the founding father, J.K.? Are the new hires scared of him? Do they see him as a father figure? Or tell me about J.K.
Well, I mean, I've known J.K. as a student. He was definitely the guy on top that you kind of spoke about. When I was an instructor, he was the guy that would kind of come in for the staff meetings, and that's when you would really hear him. You'd see him walking around. He always had an eye on everything, but he was more in the background when you were younger. You didn't really get an audience with him until you were older. And then when I was an operations manager, I was dealing with him every day. We would go up to the office and we'd talk about the day's events. I would teach with him. He teaches adult classes on the weekends, and then we teach our safe boating classes too. So I had a lot of experience with him towards the end. But yeah, he definitely is the main figure. He's the guy that everybody looks forward to seeing and meeting.
When you think of Longshore Sailing School, do you think of your years as an instructor here or a student? What's the lasting memory?
Well, it's interesting because when I was younger, as a student, I would talk to my friends about being an instructor, and then once I got to be an instructor, it seemed to all kind of connect. So I mean, I would definitely remember the years as a student. I would only take 2-week classes. That was my limit for my mom. She let me take 1 class a summer, so that was always the excitement. But being an instructor and then being an operations manager is probably what I'll remember for the rest of the time.
We're here the night of the 50th reunion party. There are instructors here from the 1960s and 70s and 80s. What do you look forward to most in seeing some of these old friends again?
Well, what's funny is once you're here for long enough, you kind of become not somewhat legendary, but some of the names stick out throughout the years, and you hear stories from enough people, and you know the key people from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. So I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what it used to be, because it was a lot smaller back then. But the funny thing is, in the end of the day, most of the things haven't really changed. It's still the same dynamic with the staff. Everybody's after work's over and everybody's about to go home, people still can go throw each other off the dock. Everybody does the same stuff over 40 years, and JK would attest to that too. So it's interesting to see how a lot of things have changed, but a lot of things have also stayed the same. So.
Well, thank you for sharing your stories.
No
and
problem.
enjoy your evening.
Thank you.